Love is unstoppable. You can invite love, but you cannot dictate how, when, or where love expresses itself. Love does not come with conditions, stipulations, agendas, or codes. According to Deborah Anapol, no matter how much we may want to, we cannot command, demand, or take away love. So why can we discriminate against love? I have done a great amount of research on the topic of same-sex marriage. Many people believe that same-sex marriages are unconstitutional, abnormal, and unsafe for children in these families. However, condemning someone for who they choose to love is unfair and cruel. Our society is changing every day, and we must continue to adapt to these changes in a safe manner. With that said, I want to go over a brief segment of the Constitution. The First Amendment protects the rights to freedom of expression and freedom of religion without government interference. This also means that each person has the freedom from religion. Although when the subject of same-sex marriage occurs, the conflicting argument is that the Bible does not support it. Yet, if we read over the Constitution, the Bible is not stated anywhere, nor is any specific religion. Therefore, opposing same-sex marriage is another form of bias. This argument is quite similar to when it was thought to be unbelievable for an African American to sit next to a white person on the bus half a century ago. This country must continue to adapt to the diversity and consider the feelings of everyone. Restriction laws against same-sex marriages will not stop or change their lifestyles. It will only oppress them. Furthermore, we all understand our government is evidently fond of traditional values. It is clear that our country strives to maintain the traditional lifestyle of all Americans, including marriages. Many Americans think of the traditional marriage to be common and normal, while same-sex marriages are categorized as abnormal. Same-sex marriages are basically like any other marriages. There is no threat to traditional marriages. It is just an expression of love for one another. According to American Psychological Association policy statements, homosexuality is a normal expression of human sexual orientation that poses no inherent obstacles to leading a happy, healthy, and productive life, including the capacity to form healthy and mutually satisfying intimate relationships with another person of same sex and to raise healthy and well-adjusted children, as documented by several professional organizations. On the other hand, recent evidence has shown that restriction policies against same-sex marriages have been harmful to psychological effects. Understanding personal preference would take this country a big leap forward to equality. Many people would feel much more comfortable in their own skin, resulting in confidence and less limitations to their lifestyles. So, what about the children in these families? This seems to be a popular discussion about same-sex marriage. Many say children are at risk under same-sex marriages and would be safer in a traditional marriage. The argument is made about how children are affected by same-sex couples, but the truth is, marriage protects children and gives them certain benefits. Denying same-sex couples marriage sometimes denies their children insurance and medical benefits given to the children of standard couples. Therefore, the government restrictions are the cause of risk, not the couples. Another debate is the idea that children under same-sex marriages face disadvantages compared to heterosexual marriages. According to KVOA, studies show that there is no difference in family functioning between same-sex parents and heterosexual parents of adopted children. In fact, children raised by same-sex couples are more likely to graduate from high school and test higher on scores. People must understand that sexual preference does not change the way someone raises their child. Parents will raise their children whichever way they feel, not based on sexuality. In conclusion, same-sex couples should have the right to marry just like any other marriage. Allowing this will give our communities more comfortability to people who worry about the opinions of others. We should not be discriminating against sexual preference. Instead, this country should allow everyone to exercise the freedoms they were given. Some say it is unconstitutional for religious reasons, a threat to traditional marriages, and unsafe for children. but that does not mean one side is more or less correct. Since 2014, the number of same-sex marriages has increased by almost 70%, rising to over 570,000 gay couples in the U.S. as of 2019. These numbers will continue to rise whether you agree or disagree. That is the freedom of America. Thank you.